One of the things that new beginner clothing resellers struggle with the most is putting in the time and the effort into research. So, in this video, we are going to be going over 10 brands that it might be new to you, and we're going to be breaking down the sell through rate. We're going to be breaking down the average sale price to see if it's going to be a pickup or are we going to be leaving that behind. If you're new to the channel, my name is Bo Johnson. I've been a full time clothing reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and now Whatnot for about 4 years. So this is one of the things that I had a hard time when I first got started. I didn't want to put in the time to take the time to do this boring task, which is looking up brand by brand, category by category, and seeing if these items are going to fit my metrics. My metrics for my eBay store may be different from yours. So mine is about a 30% and above, and I want to be able to make at least $10 to $20 profit per item. So I picked out 10 brands in 10 categories that I think they're going to be helpful for you. And the whole goal is to equip you with the tools for when you go out sourcing. Maybe you can add some of these brands to your brand list as well. So let's jump right into it. I don't want to waste any more time. I got 10 brands picked out here. Let's deep dive. So maybe you've heard of a few of these brands, but they may be new to a lot of beginners out there. The first one is Fred Perry. Fred Perry, I think, is a made in the United Kingdom. But these polo shirts and t-shirts sometimes go for more than 50, 60, $70 pre-owned. So Fred Perry, we'll go and we'll look at a tag, what it looks like, and then we'll deep dive into the sell-through rate. So Fred Perry, if you see a tag like that, very nondescript looking kind of tag, very boring, very plain. This is kind of what the logo looks like on the outside of the shirt. They look like really plain men's polos and shirts. Like, you're not going to be blown away. So, but there's money to be made here. There's 5,000 listed. How many have sold? This is all pre-owned. 5,000 pre-owned Fred Perry shirts on eBay. And when you click sold, there's 2,800 sold in the last 90 days. So almost about a 50, 60% sell-through rate. If you go sort from highest to lowest, you could see some of these sell for pre-owned for $125. That's 4 of them in there. Let's see, a pre-owned one. Oh my goodness, extra large sold for 100. When I find Fred Perry button ups or polo shirts, like pretty plain looking ones, I'm pricing in between $40 and $60 plus shipping. I feel like that's a good price to keep them moving and flowing through my store. So 50, 60% sell through rate, whatever you want to decide if that's something you want to pick up. But I do pick these up whenever I find them, and I'm not spending more than $10 for a Fred Perry unless it's something special about it. But you can see some here have sold for 75, 63, 75, 83. So that's a good one. That's a good one to be picking up. Fred Perry. The next one is a brand that's kind of, I just paid out one of our wholesalers on our team $438 plus shipping for 2 days worth of work. They were able to spend about $200 on product from the Goodwill outlet, and I was able to help them double their money by looking for brands that are on our brand list. So the package just came in, and we are so thankful. If you are looking for an extra side income or to make a little bit of extra money while you go out sourcing, you can click the link down below where you will gain access to our onboarding call. We will get you onboarded, you will go through the wholesale course, and to see if we are going to be a correct fit. I know a lot of people that watch the channel are already resellers, but most people only list 10, 20, 30 items a day, and you are passing up money as you go to these flea markets, the Goodwill bins, and it's a great opportunity to help partner up together to put a little extra money in your pocket. At the very least, most of our wholesalers are doubling their money, if not tripling their money, especially if you source from the Goodwill outlet or flea markets, rag houses, estate sales, yard sales. So if that sounds like it's something that may intrigue you, book a call. We'll see if we are going to be a correct fit, and let's see if we can work together. Fallen off a little bit, and that's Grayson. I believe now they are found at Kohl's and TJ Maxx, Marshalls. So you might want to look for a Grayson polo that has a pattern, something that has something, maybe the material is Pima cotton or it has a linen blend to it. So don't just go around and pick up, a Fred Perry plain Jane item, or a Grayson polo that has no pattern and it's a solid color. Now you're going to want to be factor stacking, adding some more characteristics to the items that you're going to source just so they have more demand and more value. So if I'm going to be picking up Grayson, I want to stick with something that has a pattern, nothing like a solid color, because it just might take a little bit longer to sell. So Grayson polos on eBay, you can see there's 4,800 pre-owned Grayson polos, and we have how many sold? 1,700 in the last 90 days. I'm sure that sell-through rate in the summer and the spring is much better. As we're getting into winter, it's probably going to be less and less. But you could see 30-40% sell-through rate, and they sell for good money, $20-$30. Grayson polos have been much better in the past, but I feel like now, as more and more people are catching on, thanks to videos like this, um, as more and more people catch on, I think we need to just focus on things that have some special characteristics. Maybe there's a special golf course that has an embroidery on it, or it has a pattern, or it's Pima cotton, or it's linen. But Grayson, that's what the tag looks like for anyone that's new that doesn't know. Great brand. I think now you just got to be more than ever looking for something to make it a little bit more desirable. Something with like a cool pattern like this. That looks awesome. So something with more of a desirable pattern like this would be more in demand. You could probably get more money for it. So keep that in mind as you go out sourcing. Grayson, good, not great, was much better, 2 years ago. But something I would still consider picking up. I probably wouldn't pay more than $7-8 for a Grayson polo, though, in my opinion. Comment down below. Have you found any of these brands? Maybe there's some brands that you're having a hard time. We do this show at least 1 or 2 times a week. I want to do more of them, but just doing more research-based content to be able to help you, when you're listening, while you're driving and you're going out sourcing, or maybe you're doing your listings or your photography. Allow me to do the research for you while you just listen on in, gain some knowledge, and add some tools to the toolbox so you can go out and be an effective sourcer. So I know this is a very boring process. I don't mind doing it because I'm always researching brands and buying different types of brands, because we do buy a lot of product, between 1 and 2,000 items every week. So I need to know, what do people want? So Grayson polos, those are going to be a good one. Something I'd probably list on eBay, or even run on Whatnot. I don't know. But next one, there's a few surprises in here that I think maybe a lot of seasoned resellers might be like, huh, okay. Dockers, y'all. We all see Dockers. If you go to the Goodwill bins, you see Dockers everywhere. But Dockers crossover cargo pants. This might shock you. So it's just a type of cargo pants that Dockers makes. They're called the crossover Dockers. They are cargo. They are usually 100% cotton. That's what they look like. Pretty plain. You'd probably pass this up. My thrift store would price these between $3 and $5. And I'm going to show you why these are a pickup. So Dockers crossover cargo pants. There's 210 pre-owned ones listed on eBay, so not a ton out there. But when you hit sold, you can see there's 80 sold in the last 90 days. So about a 40% sell-through rate. Do they sell for a ton of money? No. I'd probably list them around $20 plus shipping. But if you go to the Goodwill bins and you're sourcing there all the time, you're coming across Dockers. If you find Dockers cargo pants, those are going to be a pickup. I'd probably list them between $20 and $25 plus shipping, and then go ahead and list them, because the sell-through rate is okay. Is it amazing? No, but it's something that maybe if you go to the Goodwill bins, you go to flea markets, and you see Dockers, maybe double check to see if they're cargo, and pick them up. That's something that I would pick up personally in my business, because it meets my metrics. And if I could keep my cost of goods between $1 to $3, I'm going to pick them up. I wouldn't spend more than $5 personally. But Dockers crossover cargo pants are a decent one to be picking up. The next one is Under Armour athlete recovery sleepwear. There's not a ton out there, but those who are seasoned sourcers, you go to the flea markets, you do estate sales, you buy storage units, you've probably come across Under Armour athlete sleepwear. So there's 33 pre-owned ones listed on eBay. No, there's 33 new and used pre-owned ones listed on eBay. So there's not a ton. Let's look at the tag. So it's gonna look like this. It's gonna say athlete recovery sleepwear right under the size. And it is just basically Under Armour sleepwear line. And then when you go to sold, you're gonna be shocked. But when you go to sold, there's 49 listed in the last 90 days. So over 100% sell through rate. And it goes for pretty good money. You can see pre-owned ones going for 25 for a Henley. You can see 29.50, 28.87. Pretty decent. I mean, the money is not bad because Under Armour's an okay brand, but you can see their sleepwear recovery line, $38 plus shipping for a men's extra large Henley. I mean, come on, that's to my in my opinion, I think that's a home run because if you're picking that up between $1 and $5, that's a nice one. That's a great sell through rate. So Under Armour sleepwear recovery line that is going to be picked up. Another one, we're going to keep on with that Under Armour theme. This is a new one to me, but the Roots of Flight series. It seems to be like a collaboration between famous professional boxers or fighters and Under Armour. So let's look at a tag here. We can get a good idea so we know what to look for when we're outsourcing. But yeah, you can see it's an Under Armour Roots of Flight boxing. That's what the tag looks like. And they sell like crazy. And I'm going to show you why. So there's 101 listed on eBay. And that's pre-owned and new. If you go to pre-owned, there's 92. So we're probably going to come across more pre-owned ones. You can see there's 88 sold. So nearly 100% sell-through rate. And you can see some are going for 55, 129 Mike Tyson Roots of Flight. Definitely the Mike Tyson anything now is going to command more money just because he was just in the media, right? He just fought. So $100, 79, 95, 90, 85. Did you guys ever think you'd get that much for an Under Armour item? Jeez, that's amazing. Those are amazing prices. Let me know if you guys have found Under Armour Roots of Flight. That's a great one. That's a great one. Definitely would pay up, even probably upwards of $15 on this if I found it at the thrift store. So Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Bruce Lee, different types of fighters. So you just want to check to make sure on that tag that you have an Under Armour Roots of Flight. That's an amazing one. So now we're going to be getting into some of the brands that you probably already know about, but maybe that are going to be in some bigger sizes. And that's just going to be helpful for when you go outsourcing. I'm going to try to put all of these videos, I think this is like the 6th or 7th one, the reseller research videos into a playlist. So you can just let them run on shuffle or in sequential order. So you can just listen, and they're all research based videos of, we usually go over have at least 10 brands in 10 categories and do the research for you. So you can get some more knowledge. I think that's really the key when it comes to reselling is like the more you know about the brands, the better you're going to have as far as like a competitive advantage. You know, reselling clothing has become so competitive just in the last 2 to 4 years that you need to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. And that's the boring stuff like research. So let's keep going. We still got a good bit more to cover, but the next one, you already know this brand. The brand is called Redhead. They're mainly known for making flannels, but what I'm talking about is Redhead flannels that are in a 4XL. 3XL also can be applied here, but you can see Redhead flannels. You've all seen this tag and you've all passed it up. So Redhead flannels, especially now more than ever, especially when we're getting into the winter, Redhead flannels. This is 4XL. We'll look at 3XL here in a second, but there's 28 Redhead flannels, 4XL. And if you're at the bins, this is going to be something you want to keep in your back pocket because there's 24 sold in the last 90 days, almost 100% sell-through rate. Do they go for $100 plus shipping? No, but they do go for $20, $25, $18, $22. So not bad. If you're going to be paying $1 to $3 for it, I think that's going to be a pickup, especially with that higher sell-through rate. Let's go to Redhead 3XL flannels and just see what we got here. There's definitely going to be more available. So 3XLs, there's a 132. Okay, let's go to pre-owned. So and then let's sort from lowest to highest. So lowest to highest, sometimes that takes away some of the results that aren't matching. I don't know why eBay has that, but if you're doing research, try to sort from lowest to highest, and those numbers could change too. So 108 listed, sorting from lowest to highest, pre-owned. And then when you go to sold, you can see there's 37 sold. So what, a 35% sell-through rate. So not amazing, but still something that I would even consider picking up, since that meets my metric. I'm hoping to sell things in about a year, or less when it comes to eBay. So um, 3X flannels, 4X flannels under the brand Redhead. Those are going to be a pickup. They don't sell for a ton of money, but if I'm outsourcing at a flea market, a yard sale, or at the Goodwill outlet, and my cost is relatively low, between $1 and $3, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. Maybe not for you, but um, that's why this is going to be hit and miss for a lot of people, because everyone has their own metrics for their own eBay store, as you should, because we all don't have huge warehouses to store stuff. But yeah, Redhead flannel was surprised. 3XL and a 4XL is going to be a pickup for me. The next one is a brand that we probably already know already, but it's Tokova's. This is an amazing brand, amazing sell-through rate. But for the people that don't know it, this is a brand that is on fire. Anytime I find it, is going to be a pickup. It is a Western brand. This is Tokova's, just in general, Tokova's shirts on eBay. So we did a search of 219 listed on eBay. This is pre-owned. We're going to sort from lowest to highest, and then we're going to get 220, so almost the same amount. So 200, 219, 220, sorting from lowest to highest. And let's go to the sold. We have 269 sold in the last 90 days. So over 100% sell through rate. You guys have probably already known that this brand is amazing. But for the people that don't know, please put this on your brand list and pick it up. Takova's Western shirts. Some are going for $40, $50. I think most are probably between the 25 and 45 range. But yeah, denim pearl snaps. Even this denim pearl snap short sleeve sold for 40 plus shipping. So that's a brand you definitely want to be picking up. Another one is Ralph Lauren. I just typed in Ralph Lauren 2 extra large tall. I feel like once you get into those more plain brands that have like either the 3XB, the 2XB, which are the extra big size, or the tall sizes, those sell-through rates can be a little bit better for like brands like LL Bean, Duluth, Orvis, Ralph Lauren, things like that. So Ralph Lauren 2XLT, that's going to include sweaters, shirts, anything that's a 2XLT, right? So 2XLT Ralph Lauren, let's sort from lowest to highest. You got 4,500 listed. And we have how many sold? We have 2,400 sold in the last 90 days. So not amazing, but still pretty good, because I feel like a lot of people pass up Ralph Lauren in general. So if you can find Ralph Lauren 2XLT in sweaters, long sleeves, short sleeves, or polos, that's going to be a pretty decent pickup. The sell-through rate isn't super strong, but 40-50% sell-through rate is fine for me in my business metrics. So Ralph Lauren 2XLT, and that probably applies for 3XLT and above. If you can find it and you're not paying more than $3 to $5, I would pick that up. I would pick that up. So the next one is a newer brand for me, but it's called Pakeman Cato Carter, some kind of luxury designer brand. Just doing some research. 39 listed on eBay. Blazers, sweaters, vests, button-up shirts. 39 listed. There's not a ton out there, but if you ever come across it and you find it, you got 39 listed, 24 sold, and they sell for pretty good money. $45, $25, $35, $95. All, of course, this is all in different currency, but $30, 25. Pakeman Cato Carter. Let's look at a tag and let me know if you found this before. Pretty good brand. Not amazing, but not terrible either. And I'm just doing this for a lot of people that spend time sourcing. You're going through thousands of pieces of items every month, every week, every day. I don't know what your sourcing schedule looks like. And you're bound to find some of these brands. I just say store them in your memory bank and decide when you do find them to pick them up or leave it behind. Not a bad ASP here, but like I said, there's not a ton listed on eBay. But if you ever do come across it, remember, hey, that's a pretty good brand. I'm going to pick that up. Here's a tag on a men's shirt. Pakeman, Cato, and Carter. United Kingdom brand. Pretty good, pretty good. The next one we're going to get into is one that's totally out of left field, but for all my yard sale people and all my estate sale people and all my storage unit people, we got Wilson basketballs, y'all. Evo Next NXT basketballs. Blew me away. Blew me away. Wilson Evo NXT basketballs. They're not a ton. There's only 4 listed. But when you go to sold, 16 have sold in the last 90 days. So about a 300% sell through rate. And they're not cheap. $65, $199, 65, 35, 38, 40, 60, 53, 30, 60. So if you found that basketball before, God bless you. That's amazing. Now I know when I go out yard sailing, if I find a basketball that's the Wilson Evo Next, that's a good money maker. We can go to, let's search new and pre-owned and then click sold. So new and pre-owned, you're probably going to have a hard time finding them new, but new and pre-owned, there's 92 listed on eBay. And then sold in the last 90 days, there's 123 sold, new and pre-owned. So not bad, not bad. That I thought we'd throw that in there, something other than clothing, because not everyone sells clothing that watches the channel. So I think it's good to diversify too. If you go to yard sales and you find something like that, it's gonna be hard to leave that behind. If you guys want this type of content broken down in a more readable way, I also send out a daily newsletter of BOLO brands basically based on this video. So you can add it to a spreadsheet, whatever, put it in your notes. I'll put a link down below where you can sign up to our reseller BOLO newsletter, and you can just get daily updates of some brands that I'm looking at and looking to pick up that have the sell-through rates included. So you can check that out. Free subscription down below. Sign up for the newsletter, and you can get those updates every day. Other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.